Hi guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage, and our
Hello,
studio
everyone.
audience is leaving. Why is the studio audience leaving? Thank you out there for joining us here today in the Dream Giveaway Garage, and it is Mailbag Day. We've got some questions, and since we need even more questions to answer, feel free to ask your questions while we're live. PJ will say them to me and I'll answer them. So our first question today comes from Eric Conkin. Did I say your last name right? I hope so. What value should the amazing automobile be insured for? Eric, I'm not sure which vehicle you're speaking of, so I'm going to be speaking in terms of general classic cars. So unlike your daily driver policy, which is based upon an actual cash value, collector car policies are based upon agreed upon value. So you and the insurance company agree that your classic car is worth X amount of dollars. For example, the 71 Corvette here, you and the insurance company agree that the value is, let's say, $250,000. They write the policy for $250,000. You pay the premium for the $250,000. And let's say that there's a catastrophic loss to your vehicle. I don't want that to happen, but if it happens, then you paid out that $250,000. Now, what happens if you just had that 71 Corvette on your daily driver policy and it was actual cash value? Then they're going to look in a book and they're going to say that that Corvette is worth, and I'm just throwing out a number, I'm not saying this is what it's worth or not worth, $60,000. You'd only get paid the $60,000. So on a collectible vehicle, it is always beneficial to you as the owner, not to you if you're an insurance company, that you get an agreed upon value.
Mike Brown says Haggerty Insurance for the classics. So.
And Haggerty's great, and we talk to the guys at Haggerty all the time. They're great. There's other great brands who are out there, and maybe someday we'll get to mention them. Maybe someday we'll have an official classic car insurance of the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Maybe somebody's got some connections and wants to
Anybody
hook us
out
up.
there in the insurance industry, do you want to be the official classic car insurance of the Dream Giveaway Garage, and I'll mention you and put a smile on my face when I do it? Give us a call.
Kathy says he was actually talking about the Porsche. Eric was talking about the Porsche.
Oh, the Porsche.
When you had that question.
So there you go. Again, if you put that on your daily driver policy and something happened, $80,000, $90,000, I don't know, you get an agreed upon value that it's worth, you know, the full sticker price, $127,000. That's what they would pay out if something catastrophic happened to that vehicle. And by the way, they usually total out vehicles at 80% or more. So if the cost to repair is 80% or more of the cost to pay out for the full claim, then they'll usually they call it total. They'll usually total it.
Now, Benji has a question here. He's sorry he missed the mailbag, so you wouldn't have this question written down.
Who are you calling a mailbag?
Mail satchel. Does the GTO vacuum folder for the headlights work?
How does it work? When does it work is really the question.
Yeah, it's kind of a hit or miss.
You know, we talked about that vacuum system, and it's back from 50 years ago, the technology. So one, in order for there to be vacuum in the engine, the engine has to be running. So, and then there's a switch on the dash, and we can show that some other day. You pull the switch with the engine running. The vacuum then goes, there's a vacuum line that goes, I'm not sure if it goes back from the distributor, but from somewhere there, or maybe from the carburetor, and then it routes over to two canisters, one for each of the hideaways, and then that vacuum operates a mechanical gear that turns the hideaways up. It's pretty archaic, to be honest with you. These days, someone would, somebody would use an electric system, and it's much more reliable than the vacuum system.
Because if you have a little hole anywhere
that's right.
in that vacuum
If
line,
you lose your vacuum,
you can't.
yeah, you know my vacuum joke. You lose your vacuum, it sucks.
Oh boy, let's get back to the mailbag question.
Is someone going to pay me for these jokes? They're good. Here we go. Can we, from Jack Brown, can we lift up the Hellcat Red Eye? No, it's way too heavy. And GTO. No, combined they're way too heavy. And so here's the thing. We've got other things back on the lift. We've still got plenty of time left on the GTO. We'll try to get it up on a lift for you sometime before the campaign ends. There's only about 40 days left on the red eye. I don't know if we'll have the opportunity to do that or not. I think it's a great suggestion. I don't know if we can do it or not. So Jack, thanks for that.
Benji wants to know if you were going to switch that over to an electric system instead of the vacuum system, what is that roughly going to cost? Do you know?
$1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I'd do it because of the vacuum system regardless. It's nothing against the Pontiac GTO. You know I love Pontiacs. But same thing on the Camaro. If you have that system on the Camaro, the same thing, hideaway headlights on like a 67 or 69 Camaro, same thing's going to happen. Same thing on the Corvette. This still has a vacuum actuated system in 1971. Same thing on that. And yes, there are great conversion kits to change this over to electric. And if you're getting your car points judged, they don't ding you on that anymore. So there's no reason, unless you're so totally into the originality, there's no reason to do that. So there you have it. Anyway, from Eric Cook. That's 2 Eric questions in one show. Will you bring the vets to the Detroit Auto Show this year? You know what? Probably not. And here's why. I mean, the Detroit Auto Show is really for new car manufacturers to show off their vehicles. And so that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, gas is really expensive right now. So we'd have to get the vehicles all the way from Florida, all the way up to Detroit, and then all the way back to Florida.
Not that we would ever drive them all the way to Detroit.
We want to do it. But even the cost to have them in closed transport, I mean, it might cost us $10,000 to do that, and that's $10,000 that the charity could use for something else. So no, we won't be bringing the vets to the Detroit Auto Show this year.
But we do give tours here all the time, so if you ever do want to come down and see everything that's behind Chris and everything that's in front of Chris.
If you want to bring everybody from the Detroit Auto Show down here to Florida to see the Dream Giveaway Garage, then we'll show it to you guys.
Yeah, we've got pretty beaches also.
That's right. Okay, and then a question, and actually a comment here. In 1965, power steering and power windows were not an option on a Stingray Corvette. Is that correct? That is absolutely correct, but I have to tell you guys something. When this beautiful 1965 Corvette, by the way, we need to give a special shout out to Ryan. Special shout out to Ryan for putting all the classic cars here in such a wonderful formation here in the Dream Giveaway Garage. Everybody out there in Facebook land, let's give Ryan a big round of applause. Okay. They look great, don't they, guys? Look at all the classics here. He did a great job. When this 65 was restored, the owner decided to add power steering to it. Now, judges know that you can't get power steering on a 65 Corvette, but I think they're not going to ding on that. So, and this car is fantastic, and I got to tell you, it drives great with the power steering as well. It's fantastic. But you are technically correct, Mr. No Name, right here. You could not get power steering or power windows on a 65 Stingray. This one does not have a power window conversion. It's still the crank windows. What's a crank window? It's like a record player. Anyway, so what other questions do you guys have for us out there?
So far, nothing here.
So far, nothing. I can't believe it.
We do have some questions that do come up in customer service side of things a lot.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that.
A lot of people reach out to us and say, hey, I didn't get my ticket certificate, but sometimes they reach out to us like 2 months after they made their order.
Yeah, so listen, when you place your ticket online, and if you give an email address to get your certificate, your ticket certificate, you will have that certificate usually within 15 minutes. If you don't have it within a normal amount of time, 15 minutes, whatever, send us an email. What probably happened, and I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not pointing fingers. What probably happened is that there's a typo in your email address.
Or it went to your spam folder.
Or it went to your spam folder. So please, call us or email us. If there's a typo in your email address, our wonderful, polite, and professional customer service team, including PJ. PJ, raise your hand and say hi.
Hello, hello.
And Leanne. For Leanne, raise your hand and say hi.
She's not here.
Okay, she's not here.
Probably working with some customers.
Probably talking to some customers right now. Then they're happy to take care of that for you guys. What do you got,
Kathy
PJ?
wants to know what's on the Zone car that wouldn't be on a regular 65?
I love that question. So here's the thing. On a Zone car, they usually used regular production options, or what's called RPOs. So there would still be what's normally on a 65, but it's that combination of options that usually they're the biggest engine option packages that are available, maybe the most desirable color combinations that are available, sometimes the most accessories that are available. And those are what usually end up on Zone cars. So they're usually not base models. Why? Several reasons. Say the car was a promotional car, so that the Zone office manager took it around to dealers to show them all the features of the new car. And it would usually have those new features. And that's why this one, mid-year 1965, as well as a mid-year Corvette. The word mid-year is used two different ways there. This came out in probably March of 1965. And that's when they introduced the big block for the first time. And that's why the big block is in here. The other thing is the color combo. It is a wonderful, striking, outstanding, beautimous color combination of Milano Maroon with the dark red interior. And you gotta love it.
Benji says, I got a question. Can we just skip the next couple of weeks and just give me the Porsche so my neighbors can be green with envy?
Green with envy. That reminds us,
dad jokes.
I guess tomorrow's St. Patty's Day. We're going to have to talk about that Porsche tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
I was going to tell people, we've got all the parts, the Nissan USA was so nice. They sent us over $5,000 of accessories for the Pro 4X. And the parts are now on there. We want to show you all that stuff. We'll do that. If we don't do it tomorrow, because it's St. Patty's Day, maybe we'll do it on Fire It Up Friday. We'll have to ask Kathy when she's going to let us do that.
Lexi says, hey.
Hey, Lexi. Hey, Lexi, time is running out to win the Hellcats. After Porsche, you're going to find out that Hellcat is the next one to end.
And she wants to know, where are those beautiful little Hell Kitties?
Over there in the late model row. So, PJ, you can kind of... Over there?
Over there somewhere?
Yeah, they're over there. You can see them. There they are, Lexi, just for you. Okay, what else do we have,
Benji
guys?
says, oops, I'm sorry, that was our own.
There's Leanne from our customer service team. Leanne, say hi to everybody.
Okay, Eric has a great question here. Are the Lingenfelter upgrades for the C8 being done at your shop, or is it going to their place in Michigan? I saw the black vets there a couple of years ago. It was great.
Yes, the vets, as far as I know, the C8 Corvette is going to go up to Lingenfelter at some point soon and get those modifications done, because Lingenfelter doesn't have any authorized installers in the United States, so it has to go to Lingenfelter for those mods.
Mike Brown wants to know, when is the next Mustang giveaway? Ooh.
Oh, Mike Brown. Mike, how well do we know each other, Mike? You're asking me to divulge top secret information? I know we're friends, Mike, but I can't give you top secret information without you having a high enough security level. So, Mike, do you have a high enough security level for me to tell you if there's going to be another Mustang Dream giveaway? Do you, Mike?
That's up to you, Chris.
Oh, no. Okay, so today is the 16th. Mike, ask me again in a week.
maybe 2 weeks.
Ask me again in maybe 2 weeks. We'll see how that goes. Okay, let's wrap it on that, okay, PJ?
That sounds good.
All right. That was a fun Mailbag Wednesday. Thanks for filling in for the lack of pre-questions that we had there. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be talking about the Porsche for St. Patty's Day. Maybe show you some of the mods that were done, the genuine Nissan accessories that were added to the Pro 4X. So you guys have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. We're getting closer to that weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes. It only happens here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage, your favorite place on earth.
See you next time, everyone.